Hi golfers, Rob Cheney here from GOLFTEC Singapore. In today's video, we're going to revisit a topic that I've discussed in the past, but one that continues to be of such importance. We're going to talk about the arms and the wrists and how you can work on improving those in your swing with the use of one of my favorite training aids here from Watson Golf. So those of you who've followed my channel for a while will know that I'm a big fan of creating a practice environment that allows for good feedback, allows for very constructive practice, and part of that often revolves around having good training aids to use. This is the structure ball from Watson Golf, and I'm going to go into a little bit of detail about how it works very shortly, but I would tell you that if you're really looking to improve your golf, and I guess many of you are if you're clicked on this video and you're watching, it's about making sure you're getting good feedback and you're able to practice in a way that's actually making a difference. Many of you I know on this channel have taken some online instruction from me, and you'll know that what I ask for when I give you feedback on your swing is to practice in a way that allows you to make sure you're genuinely changing what you're doing or changing your pattern. And in my experience, the simplest way to do that is through good use of training aids. So I'm going to talk about how this one can help you today, knowing full well that many of you are now going into the winter time. In the northern hemisphere there's not so much golf to play. This is a great time to start working on your swing technique, building in that consistency, improving that contact, and really having your game in great shape, ready for when spring comes around next year. So this video is promising you better ball striking, and I want to get into the whys and wherefores of that. How you practice matters, and I've already touched on the fact that some of you are coming into a period in the calendar where playing golf is not so easy to do due to weather and daylight hours. So this is an excellent time to work on technique. When it comes to better ball striking, at the very core of better ball striking is good arm and wrist motion. If you look at the stack and tilt 10 words, 2 of those 10 words are arms straight. And the essence of arms straight is that the arms and the club are the radius of the golf swing. Okay, so you're setting up with the club on the ground, the arms in a particular condition hanging down quite straight. Changing the flex of those arms excessively is going to lead to problems with ball striking, problems with how consistent you are with regards to your contact, both from a low point of view, from this view whether you're that person who hits behind the ground or you top the ball through excessively flexing arms, or from this viewpoint whether you're someone who comes down and hits a lot of toe strikes where you make contact on the edge of the club because your arms are pulling apart too much, or even the one where you hit the heel too much because again the wrists are working in such a poor fashion that you're not controlling the sweet spot of the club. So as I say, good technique practice and technique improvements comes from having a very structured approach to your practice, and that can be done very quickly really through the help of good training aids. So today, to help us with contact and keeping the arms straight and working on the wrists, I'm using the structure ball here from Watson Golf. It's a training aid I've used a lot in the past. I've recommended it to students that I work with online, and I've done videos on it previously as well. I'm a big fan, and if you want to improve your golf swing over the winter, this is a fantastic place for you to start. It sits just between your forearms, and it gives a really good sense of keeping your arms together, your forearms together throughout the swing, and the benefits of that are enormous. I mean, just take a few of these as an example. First of all, if you keep your elbows and your forearms the same distance apart throughout the swing, the likelihood of you bringing this club back down in the same place and making good contact increases dramatically. And in order to keep your arms together, you've got to move your body in a more functional way, a much more neutral or a standard golf swing way, not start swaying around, flexing your arms to elevate the club. That's a huge mistake that I see very often, is people using their arms excessively in the backswing to make it longer because their body movement is poor. So when you force the arms to stay together, you begin to encourage much better pivot work from the legs, the hips, and the torso. And there's an added complication of overly flexing the arms at any point in the swing, which is what it does to the wrists. As you start to flex your elbows, your wrists also change their condition, which is having a direct influence on the club face. So there's a massive knock-on effect that you may not see. You may think, well, keeping my arms straight, what's that going to really do for my swing? It's going to do a ton of stuff, a lot of stuff you won't even realize you're getting for free. So keeping the arms together helps to manage the radius of the swing, helps to manage the wrists. That directly manages and influences the club face, and all of those things come together then to help you produce more consistent ball striking with a club face that's also much more under control and manageable. So these aren't only better strikes, they're also better direction. And then into the follow through, how many of you are familiar with this look where the arms are pulling apart, the elbows are flexing, and from a down the line view, we've got the chicken wing poking its head out behind me, messing up the radius, messing up the club face, messing up the contact. If you want to get rid of those things, if you want to have better arm structure, better wrist conditions, better contact, and lose that chicken wing, this is the training aid for you. So keeping your arms together throughout the time and space of the swing, getting used to hitting the ground, piecing all of this together to help you control the radius. I'm using this training aid. Of course, there are other options out there on the market, and there's other options that aren't even considered specific golf training aids. You could find a soft ball that you could place between your forearms, a very sort of high level version of this drill. I've seen elite tour players using tennis ball, like a tiny little tennis ball between their forearms, or more like between their wrists, is placed quite low down. That's a pretty advanced version of this drill. I think if you can keep a tennis ball between your wrists, you're doing fantastic. To start with, go for something a little bit bigger like this that sits a bit higher up in the forearms, almost to the elbows. And the goal here being to make a backswing, keeping the arms together, keep the elbows squeezed together. This also helps to shallow the shaft on the downswing, something a lot of you will benefit from. Keeping the arms together, keep squeezing into the follow through. And this also, just like it forced the body motion on the backswing to improve, forces my body motion on my follow through to improve. I can't stay bent down and flexed for too long and swing through, because as I do, I have to drop the ball. My arms have to soften and give way, and that's really what the chicken wing is that you're experiencing. If you've got one of those follow throughs where your arms pop apart and the chicken wing pops out, it's not because your arms aren't strong enough to stay together, it's because your body isn't moving fast enough to be able to support the speed of the swing. So the arms have to start to absorb the speed of the golf swing, and that's what that looks like. So once again, keeping something between my arms, forcing my arms to stay together, keeping my forearms and my elbows the same distance apart, improves my body motion through impact. I have to start moving in a more athletic and dynamic way, and that can only be a good thing. So if you're new to this, start out with just small swings, hitting the ground. Don't even have to hit a ball to start with. And when it does come time to hit some shots, begin small. In fact, just getting that feedback of hitting the ground, hitting what would feel like long chip shots or punch shots to begin with, keeping the sensation or learning the sensation of keeping the arms together, making good contact, teaching your body how to move through the ball correctly, transferring your weight, pushing your hips forward. As I say, you get a lot of stuff for free here just through one training aid. And if you're going to commit to improving your mechanics over the winter and you want to see a benefit, take your time to improve this. This doesn't have to change in one practice session, but if you commit to using something like this, if this is your issue, if you commit to using a training aid and working through these swings slowly and building them up gradually over the next few months, the difference in a few months' time could be enormous. Just good feedback on the face, nice contact, nice little shots going out there about 120 yards. This is a 7-iron. And then for the more advanced players and those of you who've practiced with this for a while and feel like you can make a longer swing, then absolutely go ahead. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to eventually build up to full swings, because the distance between my arms here is going to stay pretty constant. So I can keep my elbows together, keep my elbows together, keep my elbows together, and into the finish. You may find if you go beyond sort of arms straight and shoulder height here in the follow through, you will probably start to drop the ball. This is another great way of practicing the hit hard, stop quick exercise, which everybody knows by now is my absolute favorite drill. Hit hard, stop quick is part of managing this radius through the ball. So hit hard, stop quick with the structure ball here. It's just another way to make sure you're controlling those arms. That was a much longer swing, and in order to keep the ball between my arms on the follow through, I had to work quite hard there to keep squeezing my arms and use my wrists to start absorbing the extra speed. That one was 150 meters, which is 165 yards for a 7-iron. So that's pretty close to full distance. I'd be happy with that. And I know that if I spent 10 minutes hitting balls like that every day, my ball striking, the quality of my ball striking, the direction of my shots, and my overall consistency would improve. So if that's something you're looking to do over the winter, you can benefit hugely from practicing with a training aid like this. If you're looking for a relatively quick fix, I see people make huge inroads and improvements quite quickly when their arms are flailing around. To give them some structure, you can see an immediate benefit as well. So this doesn't necessarily have to be something that's a long-term project. Keeping your arms straight throughout the swing, feeling like your arm stays straight throughout the swing, can be a really good swing thought for you to play with. Guys, thanks for watching the video today. If you want to get your hands on a Watson Golf structure ball, you can get down in the description. There's a link there that will take you to the page, and our friends at Watson Golf have been kind enough to offer anyone who purchases with the discount code GRIDLIFE, you're going to get 15% off. So thank you to them for that. It's a great time to pick one of these up and use it during your practice sessions over the winter. Earlier in the video I mentioned some of my online students, and my online lesson services can be found on the Skillist app. If anyone's interested in taking some online tuition this winter, good time to get involved. Check out the Skillist app. You can download that, just search for my name. If you message me or via YouTube on this video and you want to take the first lesson, I'll also offer you a discount on that first lesson. So anyone looking to take some online instruction, get down in those comments, let me know, and I will reply with a code that gets you a discount off your first online lesson. Guys, as always, thank you for watching. If you found the video useful, please hit the thumbs up button. I am going to link a few other arms straight videos that I've covered over the months and years down in the description, because this part of the swing is so useful, so beneficial. I help people with this problem every single day. As I said earlier, the stack and tilt, 2 of the 10 words are arms straight. If it's important enough to be mentioned in the 10-word template, it's important enough for you to pay attention to. So I'll put some other arm straight videos down in the description. Do go ahead and like this video, hit the thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Until next time, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again very soon for another video.